Hey, is it possible this unidentified creature is something that came from real life? Or is this just another big, fat, ugly fake? I've got the answer to that slimy, slithering mystery, plus answers on some other kind of weird things that you guys are interested in. Like this picture that claims to show a chicken that lives without a head, this photo that claims to show a snake with a real-life Halloween pumpkin pattern on it, and this photo that wants us to believe a strange cloud formation resembling an eagle is natural. Hey guys, Bill here. You know, unidentified creatures have always brought out the detective in me, and this new one is no exception. It was sent in by Ravi Ranjan, who just wrote, "Hey Bill, is this real or fake?" Ravi, this thing looks like something out of a nightmare. I mean, it kind of reminds me of that giant space slug that tried to eat the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars. Remember that one?
I see it. We do!
The cave is collapsing.
No cave.
What?
But on the other hand, you know, nature can come up with some pretty scary stuff on her own without using Hollywood filmmakers. So what do you say we take a deep dive into this one and take a look? The first thing I did was take a closer look at this creepy photo. The head has a protruding mouth with some seriously scary teeth. It has a big eye looking right at us and a long eel or snake-like body. It looks like it was washed up on a beach, already dead. For the most part, I was convinced it was real. But then I noticed something above the mouth, something strange, something hidden and staring back. It was another eye. I don't know, you know, with that extra eye in there, it kind of pushes the whole thing towards fake world for me. So maybe it's some kind of movie prop or something fan-made to honor that Star Wars movie, like this clip from the Lego movie. Now, just to cover all my bases, I did a little extra checking around and did a search query on animals with more than 2 eyes. And guess what? A whole list popped up. As it turns out, a starfish has 5+ eyes, a horseshoe crab, 10 eyes, a box jellyfish, 24 eyes, and oh, by the way, the chitin, that tops them all. It can actually have 1,000 eyes. Okay, this whole thing is becoming kind of confusing for me. So you know what? Let's turn to the Facebook team and see what they have to say. Ewan Stewart says it's fake. It was a Photoshop battle on Reddit. Colton Alinger agreed with Ewan and posted a screenshot from his phone to prove it. On the other hand, Connor Steve says it's real. It's probably a frilled shark. Peter agrees with Connor and also went with real, saying, "I've seen it in Micronesia." All right, well, there you have it. You got a couple of arguments on both sides of the fence here, and you know, this thing could go either way. So, tell you what, I think it's time for you to let us know officially what you're thinking, all right? Now, when I say go, what I want you to do is go ahead and vote up here, and if you can't do that, it's okay to leave a comment down in the comment section, or if you're with family or friends, it's okay to just go ahead and shout it out, okay? All right, you ready? And go. All right, now that you know all about that, what do you say we get back to our unidentified creature and find out what we have on our hands here? I mean, is this a real deep sea creature that washed up on the shore that somebody just happened to get a picture of? Or is it what a lot of people think, including I think it's a Photoshop battle contest fake-a-rooney? All right, and there is a definitive answer here. So if you voted unknown, well, you know, you kind of got it wrong already. Okay, so there's 2 choices left. And the final answer is, believe it or not, it is real. Thanks to Marley Hansen and Julie Frost and a whole bunch of others, we now know that this is a rare deep sea eel called a snaggle-tooth snake eel. The picture comes from a Reddit post by mtaylor0812, who said it was found on a beach near Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and it was about 3 feet long. Scientists believe they live only in the Pacific Ocean and dwell at a depth of 16 to 32 feet or 5 to 10 meters. There is no information on how many eyes it has or why its teeth are so ugly. Our next picture comes to us from Tagladoro Ponzo, who wrote, Bill, is it possible this picture shows a real living chicken without a head? Or is this just Photoshop? Tag, I think everybody's heard the expression running around like a chicken with its head cut off, but, I'm not quite sure that chickens can actually do that. I mean, even for a few seconds, much less live a normal looking life like this chicken appears to be doing. Jax Rachel thinks it's real and wrote, if you cleanly cut a chicken's head off, nerves and reflexes will cause it to run around briefly. On the other hand, Andrew Jansen thinks it's fake because it's just a Photoshop or a chicken hiding its head. All right, so here's how I want you to vote on this one. If you think that this is a real chicken that's like living long term with no head, then go ahead and vote real. If on the other hand you think maybe it's just a chicken that's like stuffing its head down in the feathers and we don't see it, or somebody even Photoshopped it, well then I want you to vote fake. Now if you think we don't have any answer at all because nobody can tell what's going on in this picture, then you just go ahead and you vote unknown. All right? So you go ahead and do that. I'm going to get out this and we're going to find out what we got going on here. And you might actually be, I'm really shocked by this one because the answer is real. As it turns out, this chicken lived without a head for over 2 years. According to the History Channel, it happened in the 1940s when a farmer slaughtered a bunch of chickens by cutting their heads off. But he botched the job with this one, leaving 80% of the brainstem intact. The farmer named the bird Mike and fed him with an eyedropper. And not only that, Mike ended up touring the world as a side act in a circus and made lots of money for its owner. It was good news for Mike, but not good news for other chickens. Lots of them lost their heads in attempts to make another Mike, but none survived the way Mike did. Next we have this odd Halloween-themed snake. It was sent in by Slimy Snail Plays, who wrote, Hi Bill, can you tell me if this is real or fake? Slimy, that truly is a very interesting snake, but tell me this. I mean, is it possible that somebody photoshopped a pumpkin-like pattern on the snake to give it a Halloween kind of vibe? Yep. But on the other hand, is it possible nature just randomly created this pattern on the snake, and when we look at it, we see the pumpkin? Well, that's also a yep. Juan Sandoval says that is real because snakes have all sorts of patterns and colors. Emma Cox, however, thinks it's fake. Probably a normal snake, but someone has photoshopped a picture of a pumpkin on it. Okay, seems like a pretty simple, straightforward argument to me, but here's the big question. Where do you stand on this? Go ahead and leave me your votes up here. Answers down there are shouted out. I'll get out this and I'll be shouting out my own answer, which is the official answer. And the official answer of this snake, the photo it's in, and everything else about it is, wow, real. According to senior researcher Isaac Sisson, it's real and it's called a piebald ball python. Max Grody adds that the average size of a piebald ball python is 4 feet and wants everybody to know that pythons have actually eaten people. Now, Max, that actually is pretty grody. More information than I wanted, but thank you anyway. Our last picture today, sent in by Rodrigo Perez, shows what appears to be a cloud formation in the shape of an eagle. Rodrigo asks, is this photo real or just some big fat fake? Rodrigo, all I can say is this one can go either way very easily. On the one hand, it just might be a case of that thing we like to call pareidolia. That's where, you just look at something and it happens to be close to something we know, and then your brain takes over and turns it into a shape that you recognize. But on the other hand, I mean, this truly could be a case of somebody taking Photoshop 101 and going, hey, look what I can do with clouds with the merge and this tool and that tool, whatever kind of thing. So, tell you what, make up your own minds, go up here and vote, leave a comment down here or shout it out. We're going to get right down to this, and there is going to be nothing cloudy about this answer because it is straightforward, it is definitive, and it is real. Miles Ludwig Aguinaldo was the one to come up with the smoking gun on this one. In an article on Snopes.com, we actually see another angle of the scene proving that the clouds were actually arranged in this bird-like formation. Now, the odd thing about this is that there are many versions of this photo on the internet, and they all claim it's from a different part of the world. Some say it's from Israel, some say Mexico, but the truth is, it was actually taken in Rome, Italy. Molto bene. Ciao, Bella. And now for my favorite fake of the week. It's called Real Miracle Caught on Tape. It was posted by India Live, but submitted to us by Super Retro 64. The miracle in the video is a man with the supposed ability to walk on the Ganges River without sinking. What the filmmakers didn't mention were all the birds walking around with the same miraculous abilities. Or is that just a river so shallow, they're all just walking in 2 inches of water? Oh man, is that fake or what? But I'll still give him an A for effort.